Bro, I'm gonna ask you to hit my Bo Jackson card. Why Bo Jackson?
Man,
you share a birthday with him. That's right. Okay, so I have a choice of 3, B. I got G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, or Yo MTV Raps pack. Come on, B. Crack this while we on the air right now.
Oh, man. Yo MTV. I've never opened one of these, man.
So first time for everything. Come on, man.
Let's pull like a... There's got to be NWA in here.
Oh, right? Let's hope so, man.
Easy.
Let's get a PS9 Pikachu in there. Who we got? Run through them.
Third base.
Third base. Salute.
Public Enemy, Flavor Flav.
Let's go, that's my dad. Let's go.
Okay. Young MC. Wow. Young MC bust a move.
Like, nice.
Chuck D. We got more Public Enemy.
I love it.
Digital Underground.
Oh, come on now. Let's go. That's some West love.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. Continue.
Craig G.
Do
KMD.
KMD. MF Doom's group.
Yeah. And Queen Latifah.
Yes. Wiz Khalifa's aunt.
Wow. And Cool Mo D.
The coolest of all Mo Ds.
Wild Wild West.
Here I am, man. Grammy nominated. Pickle Patch legend.
Wow. You really know your history.
SiriusXM, Shade45, Control Alt D-Stroy, I am D-Stroy, DC Comics, Marvel Comics create superheroes. But listen, I'm going to tell you guys something right here, right now. A superhero, Steve Aoki's in here. What's up, young man?
What's up? What's going on?
Listen, man, this dude's dad was out here doing amazing balloon rides, but man, the legacy you left, I'm sure he's out here smiling at what you've done in your life, man.
This is his hood. This is where he's from, New York.
Of course, man. He was an ice cream man in Harlem.
That's right.
We was out here with him, B. He was in the hood. He was in these streets.
He was.
When you was out here with the Dimac doing your things, those parties where Lady Gaga's doing the shows for free, will.i.am's in the corner, you got celebs in and out just wanting to be a part of the action. If you could give us that authentic feel so that the people who could never probably recreate that moment, what was that like?
Well, first of all, there's no cameras.
Yes.
That's the one thing, because like there's no social media really, you know. So that's like the interesting thing about that time. And the room is small. The room is like sometimes the room's like maybe 70 people.
Look at this.
And that's packed.
Yeah.
You know, a room should only fit like 30, but like it's like you can fit 70 people in this room, you know what I mean? That kind of feeling. And then the biggest the rooms would get would be like maybe 1,000 people in like a 400 cap room. You know, just jammed in. And the Who's Who was in there.
Yeah.
You know? I remember we had an artist playing. We had Jimmy Iovine. He was coming to watch Kesha's first show. I think that was that day. Lady Gaga, I mean, that show was crazy. I mean, she played my party, the Dim Mak Tuesdays party, Cine Space Tuesdays party, for free.
Look at this.
And that was her first show in LA. And then she played me and DJ AM's party, Banana Split Sundays. And there was no stage for her there. So she's performing on a table.
Yes.
You know, while people are sitting around the table having drinks, you know, and stage diving off that table. So it's just that era was something that I missed, in the fact that you have to be in the space to actually experience the music, the sounds.
Yeah.
And I remember when will.i.am would tell me, he's like, I'm coming here every week just to hear what the DJs are playing, what the because like a lot of DJs are producers. So these producers are coming and play their new tracks, and it's just the most forward-thinking electronic music. And Will's just bringing it back to the studio to make the biggest Black Eyed Peas ever, hits, man. You know, taking those ideas, pulling those producers with them to the studio. That's the great thing about LA, is that all artists, music artists are in LA. Yeah,
and then you sold out to Vegas. We'll get to that some other time. Let's go. But there's this whole limited edition thing. I'm about it, bro.
Yeah.
How genius is that? How much fun is it to do that?
That was the first time we dropped something that's entirely graded as a collectible, rather than just a vinyl release. So I want to do something different, you know, with that. And it was incredible. We had a 12-hour live, TikTok live.
Fire.
That was insane. I think it was like almost 500,000 people tuned in for that. And we sold out of that drop, which is great because it's such a new idea.
Yeah.
To launch a vinyl that's slabbed like a baseball card, you know, like where you can't listen to it. It's like literal, just a collectible.
Yeah.
So it was something exciting to do. It was something exciting to bring something new to the space.
How does a kid from Newport Harbor get into the punk scene when only a few of your homies was doing it in the school?
Because in the school, you know, it's just like how it works. When you're going to high school, you meet your friends in sports.
Yeah, right.
Right. So like I just didn't have the sports thing going on for me. So I tried all the sports. I did football, I did baseball, I did basketball. I just did not excel.
Nice.
And the skate punks, they brought me in. They're like, okay, you don't fit in there. You could hang out with us, skate with us. And they, you know, one of the guys made me a mixtape of some hardcore bands, and I was like,
Hook Sense.
This is my anthem right now.
What was the name of your zine?
Yeah, so I actually wrote a zine as well.
Yeah,
like you know, these little magazines.
Yeah,
and yeah, I mean, it was God, what was the name?
Come on, fam.
It was like,
it's legendary. It's a wild collectible right now.
It's true. I gotta find that.
Oh my gosh. So now listen, man, I seen you perform in 2013 in Toronto. I was there with my friend and we lifted him up on a wheelchair. How iconic was that, B?
That was epic.
Legendary.
That was epic.
Your pitch all the way from 40,000 feet. Come on, NFL. Step back.
That was a very, you know, it's all calculated.
Yeah.
It's like people are like, did you actually point him out and hit him like for real? I'm like, yes, I pointed him out because everyone's yelling to kick the kid in the wheelchair. And I'm like, if I could get him, this is going to be beyond epic. So I had a videographer filming from behind. Little did I know, his brother is filming from underneath him. So you have two amazing shots. They ended up posting up on YouTube. The thing went viral.
You had a football player who bullied you. You bullied him for 1 second, and then you felt so confident. You was like, I'm going to go back and keep talking crazy.
Yeah, that was a bit silly for me when, well, the first go after he's like spewing racial stuff, like really bad racist
Talk
stuff.
about it.
You know, across the court, I was playing badminton and he was just like going in, and he had a group of like 6 or 7 guys. And, you know, I walked by him and he's still going. And then he finally just stopped, and it was quiet while I was staring at him. And then right when I passed, they just started laughing.
Yeah.
And that was a trigger.
That
was a trigger. I'm like, I've had enough.
You went Teen Wolf.
So then I basically just raced up there without them even realizing that I'm like racing up there, and ripped his shirt and like, you know, I mean, the guy's like 6'4", and I'm like, you know, like a little dude. And I caught him off guard that I scared him. And then, you know, like I thought I was tough at that point because I didn't really do any damage. I just ripped his shirt and scared the guy.
Yeah.
But he stopped, obviously saying stupid stuff. And at the end of the game, I was like, I'm tough. I'm going to follow him. I'm gonna beat him up. I'm like, what's going on in my head? Why do I think like this? So then I walk and follow him to the parking lot, and then I'm like, you deserve, you know, good whooping or something or stupid like that. He's like, oh, you're so dead. And then he like put his fist up like, oh, I'm fucked.
Holy
I'm
moly.
truly fucked. And then that was it. Like I was like, he got me down. He just beat me down.
Went in. Oh my God.
I didn't. That's when I was like, I need to learn how to defend myself. I need to learn how to, even though that was more of an offensive stance, but I need to learn, you know, martial arts.
Yeah. One thing I don't want to glaze over, Crazy Town, DJ AM, man, how legendary his blends, the things that he would come up with, so inspiring.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot from AM. You know, like I learned a lot from him outside of music, though. I mean, on like the human level, on just being like a compassionate human. He was such a good person. He would answer my calls at any odd hour of the day, night, whatever it was. He was just like one of the best people that I met in the music space altogether. You know, he really showed me a lot. But as a DJ, you know, like he really knew how to get everyone to turn and look at him. This is a time when no one knew where the DJ even was in the club.
Right.
You know, back in the 2000s, like in clubs, like the DJ is behind a brick wall.
In the dark.
You know, like you don't even know where the DJ is.
The turntable, like that was all you had.
And then AM was like, he was a showman, you know, and he was a showman not by, you know, standing up and like saying, hey, everyone look at me. He was a showman because like the music was so insane. You couldn't even process what he was doing. So you had to see him do it live. You're like, is this real?
Yes.
You know, and I was very fortunate, and I was extremely blessed and honored to just be standing behind him for most of those sets and just like geeking out, learning a lot. You know?
Come on, man. I love this. Now, your dad is absolutely proud of you. He's done some lunatic things in his life. You, the Dubai deep dive. You've done so many wild things. You know, DJ at so many wild Star Wars themed weddings. What's like a highlight?
Those are all visual for me because every time you say it, I'm like, I remember those moments so clearly. So my dad, he was definitely Evel Knievel. I'm nowhere near at that level of craziness. You know, flying a hot air balloon for the very first time from Japan to the United States, never been done before. Almost dying on that trip. You know, you can only imagine, like, if it's never been done before and you're flying in a little hot air balloon, it's like the chances of failure are far greater than the chances of success.
Crazy.
And it's a failure is death. You know, and I mean, all the stuff that he did was putting it to the test of life and death, truly.
Yeah. And then waking up and seeing all his kids together and all his ladies at one time. Holy shit!
That was a crazy moment as well. You know, a wake-up call for, you know, what he was doing at that time.
You're vegan, you're active, and you're gamifying blood levels, which is very interesting. But if you can, what have you learned about your biological age, and do you know your hearing age?
Yeah, so, okay, my biological age is 10 years younger. So I'm 47 and I'm 37. So I'm trying to reduce that. I have a friend. We actually have a leaderboard.
Yeah.
And last time I checked 2 years ago, he was 0.6 of 1. So he has like an extra 6 months of life. Yeah. And I was 0.8. Yeah. And then I just talked to him a month ago. He's 0.4. So he's got like an extra double life of age because of what he's doing.
Super Mario mushrooms.
Yeah, so I'm like learning a lot from him, and I'm very lucky to like just listen and learn around people that are really tooling and finding the edge of life. You know,
amazing.
So that's important. The gamification of that's always fun. You know, and so my biological age is 10 years younger. And my hearing age, unfortunately, is absurdly high. It's like probably 65. Like I have tinnitus as we speak, ringing in my ears as we speak.
Crazy.
So my tinnitus is off the Richter scale, like absurd. Like if someone else had this, they would like, I don't know.
Lunatic.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you got your first Prius, man, what was that car at 16 that your mom got at a police auction?
The Isuzu Rodeo. Yeah, I drove that thing. One? I drove that thing to the dirt like 500,000 miles. I put that on the road. I mean, obviously I was in high school. I was touring as an artist, so I was touring with that car, but you know, she bought that for $7,000, man. That was a steal at the time.
I love it, man. We have a human about to come out, a young superhero. Right. Come on, Rocky business. Yeah, we going with this?
Yeah, Rocky 77.
Let's go,
Rocky 77.
Come on, congratulations, unprotected sex. Let's go, legendary and iconic. I love this. Steve does amazing things for the collector culture as well. I got some cool things, not as great as a Banksy.
I like your hat.
Bro, yeah,
I was like, I can tell you're a collector.
Yeah, look, I got a Lisa shirt on.
That's dope.
You got to do what you got to do in the United States. Your dad will be proudest of your Guinness achievements, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty nuts.
I think he would be proud that I'm the most traveled musician on the planet. So like for that, he knows how much work I put into it.
There you go.
Because like that's one of the things that he drove into all of us kids, my siblings, is like you have to work hard no matter what you do. Yeah. And luckily I found something that I love that I can do that. Because you could work hard and slave away at a job that you hate.
He wanted you to be in a cubicle.
He did. He did, because like that's how he understands how you build success. Because it's true. You have to deal with boredom. You have to deal with like things you don't like to get to things that you like.
There you go.
And if you like, sometimes you're a kid, you're like, oh, I really love this. It's usually the wrong thing.
Yes.
It's usually not the right thing that you should be focused on. So I think I see where his head's at.
Yeah.
He's like, this you DJing thing, making like $600. I'm like, Dad, I mean $600. And he's like, well, 20 years from now, are you going to be making the $600 working in the same bar in front of like, the 40 people in this little bar that you're playing? Like,
man.
So to him, I understand. Like he doesn't want to see me like that. But
wow. Your man was in a hardcore band out there performing for drinks, sleeping in the van, and now we are here. My brother, Continue being a superhero. We need more like you out there. You had a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. You do your research for sure.
Come on, man. It all matters, man. Right here on Control Alt D-Stroy, SiriusXM Shade45, superheroes exist. And one of them is named Steve Aoki. Come on!